The Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plan annual election period is upon us, so if you have Medicare, you might be looking at your plan options for 2019, or you might be helping a friend or family member find the best one for them. If that's the case, you'll enjoy hearing from my next guest. He makes Medicare fun. Steve Stedman, Arizona Medicare Sales Director from Humana, who's here to share some valuable information about choosing your 2019 Medicare Advantage plan. Steve, do you really make Medicare fun?
No pressure, making Medicare fun, right? Okay, we can do this.
Yes, we can. Nice to have you here, first of all.
Thanks.
So people with Medicare, do they have to re-enroll every single year?
So with Medicare, right now it's our annual election period. So everyone that has Medicare, we're about midway through the season.
Okay.
And what they're doing right now is they're taking a look at what plan I'm on this year, how has it worked for me this year, and what do I want to have for a plan starting in January of 2019.
Okay.
So they don't have to re-enroll in anything. If they like the plan they're on and it's working, they have their providers, their scripts are doing great, everything's fine, and they want to just stay on the same plan they're on, they'll just roll right into that new plan in January.
Excellent.
If some things have changed as they're reflecting on the year, maybe they had a couple incidents, they might be looking at the costs in a particular plan.
Yeah.
So they might say, you know, let me look around. They might find a different plan they would like to be on. So then they're going to re-enroll in that plan now, and then they'll be all set come 1/1 to go into the new plan.
So it's an opportunity to really reevaluate, see where you stand, see what happened in the year prior. It's that open window where you can readjust things. So what is the deadline for selecting those different?
Very important date. This is because sometimes people do miss it, so we always like to talk a lot about it. December 7th. So the AEP, the annual election period, runs from October 15th through December 7th. So in order to be ready to go for 1/1, that December 7th date is really important.
And sometimes people might procrastinate it because they think that the options are difficult or they don't really understand all of them. So let's kind of run through some of the options and spell it out for people.
Sure. So there's really different ways you can bundle your plans.
Yeah.
If you want to just stay on original Medicare, and you're going to put a prescription drug plan or a PDP with that to get your drugs, you could do that. Typically not a good place to be because there are gaps with what Medicare pays for. So if that's the scenario, generally people are going to put a Medigap or a MedSup policy, Medicare supplement policy, with those other two things, and that's one way to do it. Another great way to do it is with a Medicare Advantage plan, typically called an MAPD. We have acronyms for everything.
Yeah.
But that's a Medicare Advantage with prescription drug, usually built right into the plan. So everything's like an all-in-one plan. So that's another great way that they can get it.
Excellent. So how can we really decide which one of those is the one right for?
Well, I think, again, you use the word reflecting and taking a look. What you probably want to do is sit down with a licensed and certified agent. Again, all of us in the Medicare space, we have to recertify every year. We do a national test.
Wow.
A lot of changes happen all the time in this space, as you can imagine. Sit down with someone that is a professional in this space and run through those things with them. Take a look. How has it worked? What am I looking for? And then, again, look at the different plans and see which one you think is going to serve your needs best for the next year.
Right, and if everybody's as friendly as you are, then they're going to have a good old time.
We can only hope.
Too.
Again, we have great people we work with and wonderful partners. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Now, you did mention briefly prescription plans. Not every plan includes that, right?
There are some plans, like an MA only, we would call it, that doesn't have that prescription component.
Okay.
There could be a private fee-for-service plan, which again is a Medicare Advantage plan that doesn't. Most people, I think you'll find, will have an MAPD because they're going to have that prescription part of the plan, and they just really want to have that.
Okay. And you know, Medicare generally tends to stay the same, although sometimes there are changes to it. Is there anything that people should be aware of this year?
So we've got kind of a new old change this year.
Okay.
We used to have something called the open enrollment period that started in January every year, and it went away for a while, but this year Medicare is bringing it back. So from January 1st through March 31st of next year, this OEP is going to be here. And it will allow people, if they've had a plan and for some reason they want to make a change, they'll be able to do one change, like from a MAPD to another MAPD during that open enrollment period next year.
Excellent. And the beautiful thing is, too, that we can get in touch with Humana in many different ways. Of course, there's the phone number, but the internet, I'm sure, the website, just looking at it, it has so many different links and everything. Tell us a little bit about what they can get.
Humana.com. We have a great website. You can go on there and look at the different plans. You can look up your drugs if you're taking prescriptions. It's really a great resource. Again, you can find docs, the whole thing. So again, and you know, more and more of us boomers, we're online people, and we're
Yeah.
techie, so we like to do a lot of that stuff online. I still think it's great to have an agent,
Sure.
an advocate, somebody there that you can call if something's not working quite right or whatever. But it's a great way to go and get some education, maybe look around and then get your enrollment
Right,
done.
you can pick up the phone. There's going to be a friendly voice to help
Absolutely.
you there. The
You
internet
bet.
is full of that information. See, it wasn't that hard.
It's
You
not
make it
that
so
hard.
you do make it fun.
Well, hope so.
Pleasure to see you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you
Really
so
appreciate
much.
having us in.
You too. Thank you. And stay right where you are. We'll be right back.